In this video, I'll take a look at this 7Artisans 35mm f5.6 lens. Hi guys, my name is Matti Sulanto. I'm a photographer and a Lumix ambassador. And in this video, I'll take a look at this 7Artisans 35mm f5.6 Pancake lens. But before I even start, I have a disclaimer. This lens was sent to me by 7Artisans. They asked me if I'd like to try some of their lenses and they sent me this lens, and then they said I don't have to return the lens. However, they did not tell me what to say in this video, and as a matter of fact, they didn't even ask me to make a video. So everything I'm going to say in this video is my own opinion. But I want to be honest with you guys if I get to keep some of these products that are sent to me for review purposes. And that's also required by the law that I disclose things like that. But now that we got that out of the way, let's continue to talk about this nice little Pancake lens that I have mounted on the Lumix S5 camera body. Please also remember to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that already, and tap the bell there so you'll get a notification every time I post new content. This 7Artisans 35mm f5.6 is a Pancake lens, but I guess you could also call it a body cap lens because of its appearance and the really tiny size. But it's a real lens nonetheless. There are 5 elements in 4 groups, and there are even 2 extra low dispersion elements there to suppress chromatic aberrations. And this is a full frame lens, and it's available for the L mount and Sony E mount, and also for the Nikon Z mount. But 7Artisans also makes a similar lens for Micro Four Thirds cameras. That's 18mm f6.3. So if you're a Micro Four Thirds shooter, check it out on 7Artisans website. The aperture is fixed f5.6, and because of that, in my opinion, the most suitable exposure modes with this lens are either aperture priority or manual mode with auto ISO. The P mode and the shutter priority don't work that well because the aperture is fixed. This lens is also fully manual. There are no electronic connections between the camera and the lens, and no electronics built into the lens. The focus is fully mechanical, of course, and that's about the only control on the lens because there is no aperture control. The focus throw is really short, and if you turn beyond infinity, you will engage the built-in lens cap, which is really nice feature. And when you mount this tiny lens on a compact full-frame camera body like the Lumix S5, you're gonna get a really nice and portable full-frame combo that's almost pocketable. The shooting experience with this lens can be a lot of fun, but you also have to be really careful when you focus this lens. Because it's a 35mm lens and the aperture is fixed at 5.6, so there's not that much depth of field after all. And because the focus throw is so short, it's difficult to set a certain distance or a hyperfocal distance or something. And then there's another problem also. When you go towards infinity on the focus scale, there is a very faint click at infinity, but it's almost impossible to feel it. So it's very easy to accidentally go slightly beyond infinity and partly engage the built-in lens cap. And I really wish there was more distinct click at infinity before you start to engage the built-in lens cap. And if you buy one of these lenses, I think it would make a lot of sense to make some kind of markings on the lens at certain distances, like maybe 1 meter, 3 meters or something like that. So it would be easier to set a hyperfocal distance, for example, for street photography or something similar. But the optical performance of this lens was a nice surprise. Even though this is a tiny Pancake slash body cap lens, it's still quite sharp, and as a matter of fact, the mid part of the frame is really super sharp, even on the 47 megapixel Lumix S1R camera. And also the rest of the frame is not that bad. Of course, the quality deteriorates a little bit towards the edges of the frame, and there's quite a bit of vignetting. But what do you expect from a lens like this? It's not a match for any premium prime lens, but it's possible to make also technically quite decent pictures on this lens. In some situations you're gonna get some flare in your shots, but I think if you use it creatively, you can make it work for you and not against you. I'm gonna share some image quality samples for my YouTube channel members and also for my Buy Me a Coffee members. And there's also gonna be an unboxing video for my Buy Me a Coffee members. Please check it out, links down below. The minimum focusing distance is 30 centimeters, which is quite normal for any 35mm lens, so this lens doesn't have any extraordinary close-up capabilities. I also notice a funny thing when I mount a lens like this on my camera. I tend to shoot in much more relaxed and casual way compared to if I had some really high quality premium glass on my camera. And when I say casual, I mean in a good way casual. And I'd like to hear how it is with you. How much does your lens selection affect your shooting style or the way you look at things when you are looking for something to shoot, some new compositions or something? Please let me know in the comments down below. And I had good fun shooting on this lens despite of the focusing problems that I talked about earlier in this video. I still think this lens is a lot of fun to use, and the optical quality as well as the mechanical quality were really pleasant surprises. The price for this lens is $138 on 7Artisans' own online store, and I think that's a decent value for money. You can't say it's super cheap, but $138 is hardly expensive either. So if you're looking for a super compact lens for your Lumix, Sony or your mirrorless Nikon camera, this 7Artisans 35mm f5.6 is definitely worth a look. And here's a video where I talk about my zine project. Check it out if you haven't done that already. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video.